tasting success right now. The Chicago Bears.
Where they won like
They're what?
six of their last 7.
Yeah, they're 6-3 right now.
Yeah, it's just wild too. I wonder how that game. I mean, they were up. Jackson Dart, he runs like a QB power to the left side, right? Gets a little concussion, gets a little conkied, and they're up by 10 at that point. Am I correct? Is that right?
Yeah, it was 17-7.
Okay.
So it was 17-7. They're driving. They're either on the fringe of the red zone or in the red zone. They were give or take 20 plus side. I can't remember exactly the yard line. He had run the ball really well. He had already run for 2 touchdowns prior. And he ran a play, got in the open field, and CJ Gardner-Johnson put a hit, but he didn't hit him in the head. He hit him dead on the left arm, which is the side he was carrying the ball. And the ball popped up. He grabbed it, and then he got driven, and he like face planted into the turf, and the ball popped out. So instead of them going in at minimum to make it 20-7 or potentially 24-7, they get nothing. And then the next drive, they get the ball back. And so Chicago goes down, kicks a field goal to make it 17-10. Now in the fourth quarter, Russ takes over. He takes them the length of the field. They get down to 4th and goal at the 1 yard line to make it up 17-10. They're trying to make it 24-10. And they kick a field goal, 4th and goal. The Bears have too many men on the field. So we're expecting them to accept the penalty, go half the distance to the goal, and get 4th and half a yard and try to score a touchdown. They elect to decline the penalty. They take the 3 points, and that made it 20-10. And they didn't score another point. Caleb Williams took them on back-to-back touchdown drives in the fourth quarter, and the game was over.
I have no idea what to make of Caleb Williams, dude. At some point, he's a damn good football player, but also he just has these crazy like lapses in judgment sometimes. And yeah, he just holds the ball for, I don't know. You could give me more of insight on that. I don't know what to buy. When it comes to
if I was a left tackle, I would agree with you because I think pass protecting for him is stressful. I don't think now I say that, and then I look at yesterday. If I'm the offensive line in Chicago, I'm buying him a steak dinner right now because the Giants pressured him at one of the highest rates of the entire season that the Bears have faced. They could not get him on the ground. It was almost like like you see those videos of those like really talented high school kids where it looks like they're playing the wrong sport and no one can tackle them.
Yeah.
That's really what it looked like. I mean, Thibodeau had him 10 times in the backfield, couldn't get him down. Brian Burns has him, can't get him down. He's escaping, he's scrambling, he's making really accurate throws downfield. He got killed by drops yesterday. His team had probably 6 drops, easy. Yesterday, of all the tape that I had watched of him and all studying him, yesterday was by far the most impressive ball he's played, I think, through his first year and a half in the league. He was incredible, escapability, not taking sacks, which obviously was a huge issue last year. And then he was a lot more accurate throwing the ball downfield. That had kind of been his shortcomings coming into the game. His accuracy, completion percentage was down, but his guys let him down a little bit with some drops, but he was fantastic. And then obviously the back-to-back touchdown drives to win the game late. It's as good a ball as he's played. It's as good a ball as you can play at the quarterback position.
I tell you what, Daboll is not helping himself out with these hot seat conversations.
I just think I think if you're the ownership of the Giants, you got to sit there and be like, you have a very unique quarterback personality-wise. You have a very unique running back who's hurt personality-wise. They've given the Giants life. You have a pass rushing unit that every single guy can get double-digit sacks if they really wanted to throughout the season. Like, give him one more year. But the whole decision on 4th and 1,
think about
getting
the
a penalty and not taking it, like that to me is like you gotta go for it. And
Two
take 6
bad fourth quarter losses.
Yeah,
where you have to lead by 10. You're up. Do what?
They have the Giants have had the lead by 10 points in the fourth quarter. They had a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter 4 times, lost all 4 games.
Right, and I'm saying like the last 2, like that stat right there, the last 2, like with the
Broncos,
with the Bears and the Broncos, that decision on hey, we'll decline this, another opportunity to try to score points and go up 24-10. Yeah, he doesn't help. All I'm saying is he's not helping himself.
Are you calling for his head right now?
No, I'm saying he's not helping himself. He doesn't help himself.
Yeah. And it's just,
I agree, because so much of the ball at times looks really good. And again, they're playing without Malik Neighbors. They're playing without Scatterbo. Like, they're
Lost
depleted
Jackson
a little
Dart,
bit at the skill positions. I think defensively they are grossly underperforming. The amount of capital, draft capital, free agent, just in cap, allocation. Only the Steelers have spent more money. Like, they've got to get more out of the defense. And, you have 10-point leads. I don't care if the offense takes a knee every play for the rest of the game. Like, at some point, somebody, one of these first rounders, one of these top 10 picks, one of these $100 million men, somebody up front needs to just make a play and end the game with a sack, a strip fumble, something. They can't take the ball away. They can't close games. And then just some of the decision making. And now what was ironic was Dable was super aggressive, rightfully so, super aggressive with fourth down the rest of the game. I think he went for fourth down 3 or 4 times. Now, they only got 1. But he was super aggressive the entire game, not settling for field goals. The wind was a little tricky, so the 40-plus yard field goals was a little dicey for both sides. 4th and goal on the half-yard line?
Yeah, you got to go after that.
I mean,
I'm sure you're sitting in the broadcast being like, okay, they got to go for it here. And then you're just dumbfounded.
We were adamant, and then the second they didn't go for it, it just felt like that was the knockout punch. And again, it was Russ's first drive taken over. So Dart got on the fumble, Dart hit his head, and he kind of got up slow, and then we kind of watched him go to the sideline, and no one really checked him out. He kind of waved everyone off, and we thought he was just disappointed that he fumbled is why he got up slow. He came back out. He took 2 more plays, and then he disappeared into the tent, and we never saw him again, and obviously Russ takes over. But on the first drive, Russ's drive took him down to the 1-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Russ tried to take it in on 3rd down. He went back to pass, kind of got caught up in the pocket, took off, ran hard, got stopped at the 1, and then they kicked the field goal. So the first drive with Russell Wilson was by far their best drive and their most likely scenario to score a touchdown. And then over the next 6 plays following that field goal, they had 6 plays for -2 yards. So it was over.
Yeah. Do you were you able to watch the Bills-Dolphins game at all?
I wasn't. It was going on the same time as ours.
Because I put it on and it was already 16-0. It was like right before half. And then in the 3rd quarter, Josh Allen takes him all the way down the field, throws a pick in the end zone. I don't know if this is before or after they do like their version of the tush push. He gets like 6-7 yards. The ball gets popped out. And it just seemed like every single time the Bills started to catch a little bit of momentum. The Miami Dolphins, who to me are as good as dead in the NFL season, like they just kept stopping them and coming alive and putting Josh Allen, who is the reigning MVP, in situations where, okay, go do MVP things, and he just didn't do it.
Yeah.
It was,
well, and too, like once the explosive pop against the Bills defense, which we've talked about before, like the running game,
A-chain,
yeah. Like when those explosive plays happen and you're just Josh Allen on the sideline, you saw it a couple times. It
body
seems like
language.
his body language, him answering at the podium after the game, it just seems like a little bit of spark has been taken away from Josh Allen a little bit. But yeah, I could not believe the Dolphins beat their ass yesterday.
Beat their ass.
No, and think of the 2 weeks that, we talk about Carolina having a letdown, right? And we talk about you're not used to being in that position. You just have a huge win on the road in Lambeau. But think of the last couple weeks of the Bills. They win by 40 against the Panthers on the road. Then they have a huge matchup against the Chiefs where they really play well and they win against their biggest rival. And all of a sudden it's like, all right, the Bills are back. Any concern before the bye week? We're not worried about those 2 losses. Like, they are back. And then you said it, the Dolphins were dead. Everybody was shocked that they didn't make a coaching change after that Thursday night debacle a couple weeks. What was that, last week or the week before?
Yeah.
So, I give the Dolphins a lot of credit. That is not easy, man. We've all been on those teams. Most guys, maybe not everybody, but most guys have been on those teams where it's just a tough season. It's a lost season. And it really just comes down to finding out in the locker room, like, who truly is willing to compete when you're not really in the running for anything and you're really just playing for pride and you're playing for all the stuff people stand at the podium and talk about, but are you really willing to do it? That's pretty impressive. Like, to come out and beat the perennial one of the top teams in the league, a division rival. I give them a lot of credit, man, because they were in the bullseye. People were taking shots from all over the place, calling for people's jobs. And tell you what, the NFL is a funny world, man. It can flip on a dime, especially this year, because I'm not sure there is a clear-cut top dog. I think we have a group of teams that we think are going to pull away, but it is a very, very even league right now, and obviously that's by design.